Hello everyone, Namaste and Salaam Alaikum. Hi, this is Maria Khan, your master teacher of biology here at Vedantu. And people, welcome to our Prodigy series. We are studying the second chapter from our ICSE class 10, that is structure of chromosomes, cell cycle and cell division. So people, we are already done with two Prodigy sessions of this chapter. We have studied the structure of chromosomes, we have studied cell cycle. So in today's session, we are going to focus on cell division, especially on mitosis. Okay, so people, are you excited? If you're really excited, come on, hit on the like button. Do share this video with your friends so that we all together can study it. Do subscribe to our channel. Okay, hit on the bell icon so that you will be notified about our upcoming sessions. And finally, post a you in the chat box. Come on people, yes, let's get started. So people, today we are going to study mitosis in details. Okay, the steps involved in mitosis, the significance of mitosis, we are going to cover all of these. Okay, now this is a very important topic, not just for your class 10, but it will also help you to understand these concepts in a better way when you go to higher classes. Okay, so yes, academically this topic is really important. So my dear kids, remember in the previous session I had assigned you homework. I had asked you which are the steps involved in interphase, and the top 3 students who answered this question in the comment sections are Shlesh Sahu, Jyotsna Singh, and the third one is Debanshi Ram. So congratulations kiddos for becoming the official Chindu Candies. Okay, whomsoever I love, adore, I want to praise, I simply call them as Chindu Candy. So yes, you all are my Chindu Candies. And chalo my all sweet little kiddos, let's actually begin with the session. Okay, so people, what is cell division? What is cell division? So people, whenever a cell is born, a baby cell is formed. Okay, it slowly and gradually grows, it matures, and then this mature cell splits to give rise to new cells. Okay, now the number of cells can vary. There can be 2 cells formed or there can be multiple cells formed. So whenever people, there is a parent cell, okay, there is a parent cell which splits, which divides to give rise to 2 or more daughter cells. Okay, the process is known as cell division. Okay, now people, cell division is of 2 types. How many types? 2 types: mitosis and meiosis. Okay, now people, mitosis serves a different purpose, meiosis serves a different purpose. Okay, so let's discuss the significance of each one of them over here. Now mitosis helps in growth, replacement and repair work of our body. Now as discussed in the previous session, every individual that is born, whether it's plants or animals, we all are going to grow. We all are going to grow and mature in size, right? So people, it serves the purpose of growth. Last time, remember, I gave you the example of Abhishek sir. His small AB baby grew into an adult size. So that's because of mitosis. Okay. Second, it helps in replacement and repair work. Like some of our body cells are replaced very frequently, like the epidermal cells. Some cells are replaced within 1 or 2 years. That is like example, liver cells. So replacement of the damaged cells, worn out cells takes place regularly, है ना? So replacement is done with the help of mitosis. And then repair work, whenever there is any kind of injury, wound, so in the process of wound healing, again mitosis helps. Okay, so mitosis is very important. Okay, but on the other hand, if we talk about existence of human beings on this planet Earth, okay, suppose there's a guy named Rahul and he's the last man left on this planet Earth, and if he determines not to reproduce, what will happen? The existence of human beings will come to an end. Human beings will become extinct. So people, just like all the other processes, reproduction is also an essential process. It is also an important process. And in order to perform reproduction, okay, in order to perform reproduction, meiosis helps. Okay, so people, organisms who reproduce sexually, by sexual means, which we call it a sexual reproduction. So in sexual reproduction, there are specialized reproductive cells which are involved. Now, which are those specialized reproductive cells? Like in the male body, there is the formation of sperms, and in the female body, there is the formation of ovum. So I call it as like how to remember the symbols. So people, I say कि लड़की खड़ी है और लड़का dab कर रहा है. Okay, this becomes like very easy, very cool for you to remember the symbols. But yes, in the male body there is a formation of sperm, and in the female body there is a formation of ovum, and the sperms or ova are referred as gametes. So gametes are specialized cells, and for the formation of these specialized cells, a special form of cell division is required, and that cell division is known as meiosis. Okay, understanding? If yes, chalo, hit on the like button, share, subscribe. Yo, kya baat hai? Okay, chalo, let's proceed. Now people, let's first focus on mitosis. As I said ki our prime focus objective will be to learn mitosis. Okay, now people, here in mitosis there is a single parent cell which splits to give rise to two daughter cells. Okay, single parent cell which splits to give rise to two daughter cells. Okay, now people, have a close look at the parent cell. Okay, and tell me how many chromosomes are present. How many chromosomes are present? Come on, let me know in the comment section how many chromosomes are present. Okay, ठीक है. Now you are saying, ma'am, 2 chromosomes are present over here. Okay, cool, great. Now you tell me how many chromosomes are present in the daughter cells. Come on, tell me. Come on. So here also 2 chromosomes. In the second daughter cell also 2 chromosomes. So means, bacha, if I denote the chromosome number as n, okay, one set of chromosome number as n. So people, there are 2 sets. One set obtained from mama, one set obtained from papa. है ना? तो यहाँ पे you can see a sky blue colored chromosome and a purple colored chromosome. Means one chromosome from mama, one chromosome from papa. Okay. So total I will write 2n. ठीक है, 2 set of chromosomes. In human beings we have 46. है ना? So people, this 2n will always remain 2n in mitosis. Let me explain it to you in a simple manner. Okay. For example, in human beings, how many cells, how many chromosomes are present in all our body cells? All our body cells. The number is 46. We have 46 chromosomes in our body. Okay. Now, if any of our body cell, which we call it as somatic cell, if it splits, if it divides by mitosis, okay, of course it divides by mitosis, but any of our somatic cell, if it divides, again, the 2 daughter cells will be formed. They will still have the same number of chromosomes, 46 ही रहेगा, okay, because 46 is equal to human beings. If the number changes, we will transform into alien. No, we don't want to transform into alien. So this number will remain the same. Okay. So 2n will remain 2n. The equation doesn't change. As the equation doesn't change, mitosis is known as equational division. Samjha? Got it? Great. Okay. Now, people, which all cells will divide by mitosis? So all the body cells, okay, which are called as somatic cells. But soma means body. So cells of our body will be called as somatic cells. All the somatic cells and the stem cells, okay, stem cells which have the potential to differentiate into different type of cells of our body. So those kind of cells are known as stem cells. So people, somatic cells and stem cells, they divide by mitosis. If you have understood till this point, come on, quickly show me a thumbs up. Come on, everyone, quickly show me a thumbs up. Kya baat hai? And if you're enjoying the session, people, do share, subscribe and post to you in the channels. Okay, sure. Let's proceed further. Now people, let's talk about meiosis. Now what happens in meiosis? Okay, again in meiosis, there is one parent cell. Okay. which will divide to give rise to two intermediate cells. Okay, intermediate cells. Why intermediate cells? Because these cells are again going to divide and give rise to daughter cells. Okay, so one parent cell divides to give rise to two intermediate cells, and these two intermediate cells further divide to give rise to four daughter cells. Okay, ठीक है, easy, very easy. अच्छा, now people have a look over here proper. Okay, now if you see how many chromosomes are present in the parent cell, how many chromosomes are present, come on, let me know in the comment section. How many chromosomes are present? There are 2 chromosomes, as you can see as of now. Okay, then in the daughter cells, if you see how many chromosomes are present, there's 1 chromosome in each, right? 1 chromosome. So can I say that here the equation, okay, here the equation, that is 2n is getting transformed into n. Is it happening? Is it happening? Yes, it's happening. Ki 2 chromosomes are reduced to 1. So in the human body, if 2n is equal to 46, then n will be equal to what? N will be equal to what? Come on, people, let me know in the chat section. Let me know in the chat section. Let me know in the chat section. Come on. Yes, kids. N will be 23. Okay. So, people, all our body cells will have 46 chromosomes. However, the gametes, the egg cell, the sperm cell will have 23 chromosomes. Okay. So people, as the equation is changed, okay, and the number is reduced to half, meiosis is known as reductional division. Okay, okay. So here people, remember, one parent cell divides to give rise to 4 daughter cells. So very simple logic. Mitosis is one parent cell giving rise to 2 daughter cells, and meiosis is one parent cell giving rise to 4 daughter cells. So how I remember? Ekka do bolo mitosis. 1 took a 4 meiosis. Yo, simple? Yes. Now, people, where exactly this meiosis takes place? Okay. Now, meiosis takes place within the ovaries of the female. Okay. It also takes place in the testis of males. So, there are specialized cells present in the ovaries. There are specialized cells present within the testicles, which give rise to ova or sperm, respectively. Okay. And those specialized cells are called as germ cells. What are they called as? Germ cells. So people, germ cells present in the ovaries and testes divide by meiosis to give rise to ova and sperms. I repeat. Germ cells are the specialized cells present within the ovaries and testes, which divide by meiosis for the formation of ova and sperms. Understood? If yes, come on, post me a yo, like, share, subscribe. Fab. Okay, sure. Let's proceed further. Now people, this mitosis, it takes place in 2 steps. How many steps? 2 steps. The first step is the division of nucleus. Okay, suppose here is a cell, okay, and it has a nucleus. So first its nucleus is going to divide, okay, and this nuclear division is known as karyokinesis. People, karyo means pertaining to the nucleus, okay, and kinesis means to divide. So here, is the nucleus dividing? Is the nucleus splitting? Yes, the nucleus is splitting, and hence it is known as karyokinesis. Okay. Further, Once the nucleus has been divided, then the cytoplasm will divide. Okay, and people, the cytoplasmic division is known as cytokinesis. Okay, first the nucleus will divide, then the cytoplasm will divide. So nuclear division is known as karyokinesis and cytoplasmic division is known as cytokinesis. Easy? Samjha? Yes? Chalo, hit on the like button. Great. Cool. So people, let us talk about the steps involved in karyokinesis first. Okay, karyokinesis. Now people, karyokinesis takes place in 4 steps. How many steps? 4 steps. Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. Okay, ठीक है? Prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. ठीक है ना? So people, I remember it as पी मत. Okay? कोई भी गंदी चीजें नहीं पीना है. No cold drinks, no energy drinks, nothing. पी मत. So I remember it as PMAT, P mat. Pro meta anatilo. Pro meta anatilo. Pro meta anatilo. Yo. Okay. So there are 4 steps involved in karyokinesis. And the cytokinesis is only of 1 step. Okay. So, बच्चों, if I write कि karyokinesis is followed by cytokinesis, if I write it that way, so here again another mnemonic is formed कि please meet at the circus. Simple. Please meet at the circus. So people, first karyokinesis will occur followed by cytokinesis. So how many steps are there in karyokinesis? 4. Pro, meta, ana, telo. And then karyokinesis. Okay, there are no sub steps involved in cytokinesis. Okay, karyokinesis followed by cytokinesis. Cool. Chalo, let's proceed now. Now people, let's talk about prophase, or basically let's talk about karyokinesis. Okay. Now people, in karyokinesis there will be changes occurring in 4 structures. Okay. Karyokinesis is the nucleus of division. Is that clear? So people, if the nucleus has to divide, okay, if the nucleus has to divide, its boundary, that is the nuclear membrane, has to disappear. It has to change. Okay. Then within the nucleus there is another small controlling body, that is nucleolus. Even that has to vanish away. Okay, so that has to disappear. So there will be changes occurring in the nuclear membrane. There will be changes occurring in the nucleolus. Okay, then people, why the nucleus has to divide? Why the nucleus has to divide? Because there should be equitable distribution of chromosomes. So there will be changes pertaining to chromosomes. Okay. 4th and the last thing, the chromosomes need to be moved. They need to be distributed. कि 50% आधे इधर जाओ, आधे उधर जाओ. So for this kind of distribution, there should be some structures which would be pulling the chromosomes. Like when you fish, when you go for fishing, you put a fishing net, है ना, and then you pull the fish out of the pond. Similarly, there should be a string-like structure which should be pulling the chromosomes, outside on the towards the edges, towards the poles. Okay, so these structures are known as spindle fibers. So there will be 4 components wherein the changes will be occurring. Okay, 4 components. 1. Nuclear membrane. 2. Nucleolus. 3. Chromosomes. And 4. Spindle fibers. If this basic is clear now, entire mitosis will be makhan clear to you all. Okay, sure. Let us now start with prophase. Now the very first change happening in prophase. Now people, mitosis occurs for equitable distribution of chromosomes. But when the cell is at rest, the only structures that you see are the thin thread structures called as chromatin fibers. So people, these chromatin fibers, okay, they shorten, they thicken. Like if they are this way, they will begin to coil. They will shorten and thicken, and they will become clearly visible structures within the nucleus. So how exactly they will appear? They will appear something like this. So here is the cell, here is the nucleus, and inside the nucleus we will be able to see certain structures which are called as chromosomes. Okay, now people, the chromosome, first it will form a rod like structure, but immediately it will duplicate itself. This single rod will duplicate itself to form its sibling, which we call it as sister chromatid. Okay, so if I draw it very properly, okay, nicely, so a structure will be formed which is something like this. Now people, in this structure, if you see, this is chromatid 1, this is chromatid 2, है ना? So this is an ideal duplicated chromosome. Now the duplicated chromosome has two chromatids. First chromatid, second chromatid. We call them as sister chromatids. Now the sister chromatids remain attached to each other with the help of their centromere. Right? ठीक है, चलो. So first point we discussed कि chromatin fibers begin to condense, they shorten and thicken and start becoming visible in the form of chromosomes. These chromosomes duplicate, and the two chromatids of this duplicated chromosome remain attached to each other with the help of centromere. Clear hai? If yes, hit on the like button. Come on. Yes. So 2 points are done. Okay? Now the next point. Now people, I told you that chromosomes are like fishes, and we have to do fishing. So in order to do fishing, we need fishermen. है ना? So who is the fisherman of the cell? The fisherman of the cell is the centrosome, which is present only and only in animal cells. Okay? So people over here, this centrosome splits into two parts. Centrosome splits into two parts. Okay? Now people, a centrosome is a structure which contains two centrioles, है ना? So when people, the centrosome splits, it just doesn't split on its own, but again over here I'll tell you a special thing is happening, कि even the centrioles that are present, even they duplicate. Okay, so what we will say, कि centrosome along with centrioles duplicate, या फिर centrioles split along with centrosomes split along with duplication of centrioles. Easy? So chalo, let's recollect 3 points. Point number 1, chromatin fibers begin to condense, they shorten and thicken and start becoming visible in the form of chromosomes. These chromosomes duplicate, and the two chromatids remain attached to each other with the help of their centromere. Okay? Centrosomes split along with duplication of centrioles. Okay? Now people, what happens next? Let us discuss. Okay? So now people, the two centrioles, the duplicated centrioles, okay, they start moving towards the opposite poles. Okay? Ki two fishermen cannot stay at one single place and do fishing. No. We want more and more fishes. So what will they do? I will go to one end, you go to the other end. Okay? So people, these two centrioles, they start moving towards the opposite poles. Centrioles start moving towards the opposite poles. Okay? Chalo, they have moved towards the opposite pole. Now you people, notice some important structures over here. Can you see this radiating star-like structures? These radiating star-like structures, okay, are called as asters. Okay, so these asters are formed from the centrioles. Like suppose these are the centrioles, from them these asters arise. Okay, so people, asters arise from the centrioles. Now you must be wondering ki ma'am, what is the task of this asters? Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, people, I told you that the centrioles are like fishermen. They are going to throw the net. They are going to throw the net in order to grab hold of the fishes. Like the centrioles are going to put some thread-like structures which will help in pulling the chromosomes. Okay, and those structures are called as spindle fibers. They are called as spindle fibers. So see, a number of fibers, okay, a number of fibers are formed between the two centrioles. A number of fibers are formed between the two centrioles, and these fibers are known as spindle fibers. Easy hai? Easy hai? And the last and the final point in the prophase is कि now chromosomes have properly condensed. They are now clearly visible. So they start moving towards the equator. Okay, they start moving towards the center of the nucleus, center of the cell. Okay, ठीक है? तो चलो, I'll repeat all the changes that we discussed by far. ठीक है? And have I like covered all the points or 2 points are missing? Yes, 2 points are missing. कि nuclear membrane disappears. Okay, nuclear membrane disappears and nucleolus also disappears. So see, chalo, recollect everything. Recollect everything from point number 1. Chromatin fibers condense. They form duplicated chromosomes. The chromatids are attached with the help of centromere. Okay. Then the third point, centrosomes split. Centrosomes split along with duplication of centrioles, which move towards the opposite poles. Asters are formed from the centrioles. Okay. And the chromosomes, they start moving towards the equator. And last and the final thing, nuclear membrane disappears, nucleolus disappears. Easy. To see, I covered all the 4 components which I mentioned in the beginning. There will be changes in the nuclear membrane, there will be changes in the nucleolus, there will be changes in the chromosomes, and there will be changes in the spindle fibers. Are all the 4 things accomplished? Yes. If clear, samjha hai, hit on the like button, post me a you, share, subscribe, and here we proceed. Okay. So people, now let's talk about the second phase, which is called as the metaphase. Okay, M for meta and M for middle. I told you that in the prophase, the chromosomes actually start moving towards the center, The center of the cell is known as equator, and the ends are called as poles. Okay, ठीक है? So the chromosomes are aligned one below the other on the equator. Okay, along the equatorial plane. Now people, why is it so? Why is it so? Now people, if the teacher has to divide the class into 2 parts, okay, like if there are 30 students, so the teacher has to create 2 teams, team A and team B. Now if all the students are randomly scattered in the class, the teacher won't be able to do her job easily. However, if all the students are standing in a straight line, teacher will say, okay, 1, you move here, 2, you move there, 3, you move here, 4, you move here, right? For the same purpose, for the ease of sorting, okay, the chromosomes are arranged along the equatorial plane. Okay? Chalo, now they have been arranged, now they have been aligned along the equatorial plane. Okay? Now what next? These duplicated chromosomes get arranged. What next? The next point is कि each chromosome gets attached to a spindle fiber by its centromere. See, suppose here is the cell, okay, and here are the chromosomes 1, 2, 3, okay, and 4, okay, and then they will be having, of course, their centromere. So 1, 2, अरे अरे अरे, हाँ, 2, 3, 4, ठीक है. And here are the centrioles. Okay, so people, spindle fibers which were formed. Okay, let me use another color. mm, mm, yeah, so spindle fibers will be formed this way, from one centriole to the another, one centriole to the another, which connects the chromosome at their centromere. Okay, so spindle fibers are formed between two centrioles and the centromere of each chromosome. Thus all the chromosomes get attached to the spindle fibers. Easy, very easy, है ना. Then बच्चों, now the fish has been caught in the trap. It has been like trapped in the net. What next? We have to pull the fishes. Now, in order to pull the fishes out, the net has to be pulled out. So over here, anaphase, A for Anna, A for away. Okay, so what happens in the anaphase? The spindle fibers contract. The spindle fibers contract and the centromere splits. Okay, now let me show you this also. Okay, suppose this is a chromosome, okay, and here this is the centromere, okay, and if here is the spindle fiber attaching this way, okay, so now over here the centromere will split this way, ठीक है. So point number 1, spindle fibers contract, centromere splits, and the cystochromatids get separated. The cystochromatids get separated and they are pulled towards the opposite poles. They are pulled towards the opposite poles. I repeat, spindle fibers contracts, centromere splits, cystochromatids get separated, which are pulled towards the opposite poles. Okay, ठीक है, easy है, yeah, perfect, awesome. Okay, yeah, and then now people, equitable distribution has been done. Like suppose there were 20 chromosomes, so 10 have been pulled towards the right side, 10 have been pulled towards the left side. Sure. Now all the structures of the nucleus which were lost, they have to be reconstructed. All the structures of the nucleus which were present initially, they have to be recreated. Okay, so let us see what all things will be restored. So the last phase is known as the telophase. Telo means terminal phase. Okay, so let us see what happens in the terminal phase. So over here people, all the sister chromatids which have been pulled, they begin to decondense. Initially like they were this way, na? They were this way like a rod. So they begin to loosen. Okay, they start becoming thinner and thinner and thinner. Okay, so chalo. Means what? The chromatids now again transform into chromatin fibers. Getting my point? See, original structure recreated, reconstructed. Okay, then point number 2. Previously, every nucleus had a nuclear membrane. It had a nucleolus within it. So those two structures will again be recreated over here. So nuclear membrane reappears. Okay, and nucleolus also reappears. ठीक है, so nuclear membrane reappears, nucleolus reappears. Now if you properly see, are the spindle fibers present? No, the spindle fibers are not present. So spindle fibers also disappear. Okay, so people, these are the 4 stages of mitosis. So if I like recollect all the steps, तो चलो, prophase. What happens in the prophase? Chromatin fibers condense, chromosomes are formed, duplicated chromosomes are visible, which are connected to each other with the help of centromere. right? These chromosomes, they start moving towards the equatorial plane. Further, centrosomes split along with duplication of centrioles, which moves towards the opposite poles. Asters are formed, spindle fibers are formed between both the centrioles, right? Chalo. Besides this, nuclear membrane disappears, nucleolus also disappears. M for meta, M for middle. So in metaphase, what happens? Chromosomes are aligned on the equatorial plane, along the equatorial plane. Okay? Then spindle fibers, which are formed between the two centrioles, attach to the centromeres of each chromosome. Okay? Anaphase. Anaphase away. So spindle fibers contract, centromere splits, cystochromatids get separated, which are pulled towards the opposite poles. And lastly, telophase. What happens in the telophase? Chromosomes begin to decondense, they transform into chromatin fibers. Nuclear membrane reappears, nucleolus reappears, and spindle fibers disappears. Easy. People, is this easy? If you're finding this easy, hit on the like button, do share it with your friends, subscribe to our channel and post me a you. Come on guys. Fabulous, fabulous. So now people, tell me, karyokinesis will be followed by what? Karyokinesis will be followed by what? Karyokinesis will of course be followed by cytokinesis. Cytokinesis is the cytoplasmic division. Now people, whether it's a plant cell or an animal cell, all these cell organelles, whether it's mitochondria or chloroplast or other structures, they are randomly distributed within the cytoplasm. Okay, so when the cell also divides into two parts because of the cytoplasmic division, all the cell organelles also get randomly distributed. Okay, it is not like if there are 50 chloroplasts, so 25 here and 25 there. No, the distribution will absolutely be normal. Absolutely be normal. Okay, understanding it? Okay, sure. So people, what exactly happens in cytokinesis? So people, in cytokinesis, the cell has to divide. So people, in animal cell, the plasma membrane, okay, the plasma membrane is very flexible, that you know. So bacha, the plasma membrane, in the plasma membrane, a notch is formed. Okay, can you see the notch formation? Okay, so the notch is formed, a furrow is formed. Okay, the furrow deepens gradually, and it splits the single parent cell into two daughter cells. See, the notch or the furrow, let me use another color, man. Yeah, so the notch or the furrow, it deepens gradually, and therefore two daughter cells are formed. Okay, now people, if you see the furrow formation, it is moving towards the center, so notch formation or furrow formation is centripetal. Yeah, it's towards the center, okay. But the same is not the case in plant cells. Why? Okay, point number one, plant cells don't have centrosomes, so definitely they don't have centrioles, so definitely aster formation will not take place. So you'll say, man, then spindle formation will also not take place. Na beta, if you see this image, there is the formation of spindles. So you must be wondering कि मैम spindle कहाँ से आता है? Who is helping in spindle formation? So people, in the interphase, we studied about the G1 phase. So in G1 phase, there were certain proteins which actually helped in this spindle fiber formation. Okay. So yes, spindle fibers contract and chromatids are pulled towards the opposite pole. Everything happens same way. Okay. But remember, in plant cells, they have an additional layer present on the outside of the cell membrane. Which is that layer? Chalo, let me know in the comment section. Which is that layer? People, which is that layer? Fab. That layer is called as the cell wall. Right? So over here, there will be no furrow formation, but a rigid structure called as the cell plate will be formed. Okay. So a cell plate will be formed in the center of the equatorial plane. Okay, ठीक है. Now you will tell me कि ma'am, what is helping in the formation of the cell plate? So dictyosomes. Remember dictyosomes? So people, dictyosomes help in cell plate formation, and this cell plate starts growing outwardly. It extends up to the cell wall. Okay, so it grows this way, cell plate. So here one, here two, and eventually two daughter cells are formed. So in animal cell there is a furrow formation, whereas in the plant cell there is a cell plate formation. The cell plate which grows outwards. So cell plate is centrifugal in nature, right? So people, one frequently asked question by the students, ma'am, in the textbook there are various diagrams, early metaphase, late metaphase, so which phases do we need to draw? So remember kids, late phases, whichever are the late phases, you need to draw those phases. Okay, और कोई confusion नहीं चाहिए. Now people, now that we have completed mitosis in plants as well as mitosis in animals, if all the concepts are makhan clear, come on, quickly post me a yo in the chats, hit on the like button, do share and subscribe. Okay, and now we finally properly differentiate between mitosis in plants and animals. Okay, ठीक है. तो चलो बच्चों, first point, asters are formed in the animal cells. Now asters, bachcho, asters are formed from the centrioles. Now centrioles are present, and that's the reason why aster formation takes place. In plants, asters are not formed because these centrioles are not present. Centrioles are absent, so asters are also not formed. Okay. Then point number 2. In plant cell, there is a cell plate formation. In animal cell, there is a furrow formation, right? Now one more thing, that the furrow formation in animal cells is centripetal, that is it's towards the center, है ना? लेकिन in plants the cell plate formation, it extends outwards, that is it is centrifugal in nature, right? Then the next point, कि mitosis in animal cells, okay, it occurs in most of the tissues because most of the tissues of the animal body are living. It helps in the growth, repair, replacement of the body cells. Okay. However, in plants, growth is restricted to only certain areas. You have studied this in your lower classes. Meristematic tissue, right? So people, it helps in the growth of the plants, in the growth areas like the tips of the plants, for increasing the height of the plant, or present on the lateral sides of the plant, which helps to increase the girth of the plant. Okay, so people, hear that. Now we have completed entire mitosis. In the next session, we will be covering meiosis and its significance. I hope whatever I have taught you, whatever we have discussed in the today's session, that will be purely helpful to you all. Okay, if yes, a sincere request to share this video with as many friends as you can. Okay, let's build up a learning community. And now here's the homework for the day. Okay, so what is your homework? Enlist the steps involved in karyokinesis. Okay, so top 3 students will be answering it fast. I'll be displaying their names in my next session, and I'll be calling them as my official Chintu Candies. So that's it for the day, guys. Thank you so much for your participation. And what else should I say? If you have any suggestions, recommendations, requests, doubts, anything, you can post it in the comment section. Alternatively, you can also write down to me on my mail address, that is maria.khan@vedantu.com. And again, I'll repeat, if you really loved the session, do like the session, do share it with your friends, hit on the subscribe button, hit on the bell icon, and what else should I say, bachcho? Allah Hafiz, milo wapis, and keep watching Vedantu. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Love you.